everyone, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040, bringing to you another edition of the Wrestling Discussion Series. And today I wanted to discuss and share my thoughts with all of you about what took place on the May 13th, 2024 edition of Raw, involving Carlito and the Judgment Day, and the possibility of could Carlito be joining the Judgment Day. Now, obviously, the Judgment Day has been teasing some tension, specifically between Finn Balor and Damian Priest, and especially with Rhea Ripley out of action and Dominic Mysterio currently on the injured list as well. Carlito has just freshly turned heel, and he helped Finn Balor and JD McDonough become the number one contenders for the tag team titles. And it looks like to me that Carlito is kind of trying to join the Judgment Day, and Damian Priest obviously is not having any of it. So the question that has to be asked is, could Carlito be joining the Judgment Day? Now, obviously, Damian Priest did thank Carlito for helping Balor and McDonough win their match, so he hasn't fully rejected the idea of Carlito joining the faction. So maybe he's going to put him through some kind of initiation where he's going to prove himself, and then maybe eventually he could join. That's kind of how I see this playing out. Or he could just be maybe like an ally to the faction. Maybe he thinks he's a member of the Judgment Day, but he's not really. But the Judgment Day obviously are not going to turn any help away. There are a number of ways this could play out, but could I honestly see Carlito in the Judgment Day? Well, if JD McDonough can join, then I can't see why Carlito can't, because, I feel he works better as a heel, and he hasn't really been part of a faction as such. I know he was hanging around with the LWO for some time, but he wasn't really what you would call a full-fledged member. So the idea of Carlito in the Judgment Day, I could see that working. He works better as a heel. And what better way to give him instant credibility by hooking up with probably the most dominant faction on Raw right now? Because Imperium looks like it's imploded. I know there's still two guys left. And obviously the Bloodline, that's still going very strong over on SmackDown. And it looks like it's getting even more stronger as now that Solo Sikoa has taken over and is adding new members left, right, and centre. So at this present moment, the Judgment Day, they really do run Raw. I mean, yes, they have been having a couple of issues. Now, obviously, without Rhea Ripley around, there's nobody to keep the boys in check. So I'm not saying Carlito is going to be the one to keep the guys in check. Far from it, because he's not really that sort of person. He doesn't really have that sort of personality. Now, as I said, I could see Carlito working with the Judgment Day, but as a member, probably not. But as I said, I think him joining could be a good thing, gives him instant credibility, and it also gives him something to do because Carlito is very talented. He's a very talented guy. He's a good heel. He works much better as a heel than he does a face. And, you know, obviously Dominic is still getting nuclear heat, although I do think it's kind of cooled off a little bit. He's still getting the big boos, but I think adding Carlito to the mix, and he's got big heat at the moment, maybe him and Dominic could team up and get some heat for the group. Doesn't hurt. I think that could work. There are a number of ways this could go, but we're just going to have to wait and see how this is going to play out. But the idea of Carlito in the Judgment Day, I wouldn't say no. And also, be good to shake things up a little bit. I've always liked the idea of having multiple members in a faction. Not to the point where you have over 20 guys Yes, NWO, I'm looking at you, but I like to see maybe 6 or 7 guys in a team. I mean, DX at the top of their game had 5 people: Triple H, X Pac, the New Age Outlaws, and China. And they were over like gangbusters. Even the original incarnation, with Triple H, Shawn Michaels, China, and Ravishing Rick Rude, and then eventually it became the 3 of them. They were over. So I think if you add more people and if it's done right, it can work. And Carlito in the Judgment Day, I can see that, but we're just going to have to wait and see, really. But it definitely looks like Carlito has got a lot to prove to the Judgment Day, specifically Damian Priest. So let's see how this plays out, everyone, because so far, I know it's only been 1 week now, but this is an interesting story. So let's just sit back and watch this play out, or as we like to say, let it cook. So that's going to be it from me. I'm going to wrap this up now. What do you guys think? Do you see Carlito in the Judgment Day? Do you think he's going to join, or do you think he's just going to help them out occasionally and do little odd favors for them? You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will see all of you next time for another edition of the Wrestling Discussion Series. So until then, take care, everybody, and stay safe. And once again, as always, much appreciated. Thanks for listening.